Hey guys, as usual, today we'll be taking a look at a few chart analyses for the week ahead. I hope you've had an amazing weekend. So if you love the content, please hit the subscribe button, like, leave a comment, and share with friends. Also check out our Instagram page. We've got lots of great content over there. So today we'll be starting with gold as usual, okay? So this is a gold chart on a weekly time frame. Now we are back at our area of value, so our solid support area. We've been taking a look at this level for quite some time now, for a few weeks now. So currently we have price, tapping into the weekly support level. But something very important to pay attention at this level is that if the dollar continues to be bullish, I believe we might, see a breakout from this, weekly support level, which is going to send, the price of gold even further downwards. But I don't think that's going to happen. But we have to keep an open mind because in the forex market, anything is possible. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frames now to see what we have down there, okay, and probably try to find out suitable opportunities to go long or go short. So something to pay attention to is that we are bouncing off the solid weekly support level right now on gold. So moving down to the lower time frames, I'm going to start from the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we've got our channel. We drew this last week and we actually took advantage of some really interesting moves in our weekly analysis from last week. So I'm going to put in this channel. So we've been following this channel for quite some time. So yeah, so we've got this massive bearish trend for gold, and last week we talked about waiting for an opportunity to go short. So I'm going to go down to even lower time frames. So I'm going to try let's see 2 hours time frame to see what we've got there. So on the 2 hours time frame, we can see this bearish continuation pattern, so some sort of flag. And I talked about getting in on the trade using the Fibonacci retracement. So if you didn't check out that video, you should try to check it out. There's a lot to learn there, okay? Try not to miss our weekly analysis. There's so much knowledge I pass across through this weekly analysis. So I talked about waiting for price to break through this area of value. So we had this support level here. So this was where we were last week. So we had this breakout, but we failed to put in a consolidation to help us pick an entry to go lower. So something like this, we failed to get something like this to send us lower, because as I explained, this was what I was expecting. Instead we went higher and then we had that consolidation. So I'm going to go down to the 1-hour time frame to make this even more visible. So yes, this is it. Excuse me, I'm going to get rid of this. 1 minute. So yeah, so we got this move up, breaking back above this support level, and coming back down, giving us this slight consolidation, which actually gave us our entry to go short. So I had something like this, and this was where I went short for gold. So I told you several times that when I look for consolidation and I make sketches like this, like waiting for something like this, they can form in different patterns. They can form in different shapes. You just have to pay attention to the consolidation telling us that we are going downwards, and this is what we had when we went up and came down to make this consolidation. So our entry was at this level, where stop loss would have been above this place. So if you have caught that trade, as I explained in our weekly analysis last week, you would have made at least, so entering here, above here will be a 100 pip SL, and below here would be around 250 pips take profit, which was actually a good trade. So right now we are going to be careful with our trades, because we are currently hovering around the weekly support level, okay? So we bounced off that weekly support level. Excuse me. So we bounced off that weekly support level to give us this slight bullish move upward into this area of value. So what I'm going to watch out for right now is to look for an opportunity to either go short or go long. But I wouldn't be inclined to going for a long position right now, because clearly we are still in a bearish trend and there's clearly no sign of a long-term bullish reversal. So what I'm going to watch out for is this, okay? So to go short, I'm going to wait for same principle, okay? Wait for some sort of bearish continuation pattern, so like this. So something like this before I go short. So the reason why I'm waiting for a big consolidation like this is because we are currently on the weekly support level. So it's only logical to expect the market to take some time to, you know, consolidate around this area to decide where we will be headed next before we, you know, think about opening trade. So if we should get a pattern like this creating some sort of resistance at this level, then if we should get a bullish breakout, then I'll consider going long on gold. So that's if as we, you know, make this pattern, the DXY or the dollar strength index begins to weaken. So I'm going to go over to the dollar strength index right now for us to see what's happening over there. So this is currently the, you know, short-term all-time high. So we actually broke this level last week. So I'm just going to mark this level, okay? So this is our all-time high. We had this consolidation at the all-time high. This is some sort of bullish flag, and we had a massive breakout, a retest, and now price seems to be, you know, gearing for more bullish moves. So if we should get something like this on the DXY, so this is dollar strength index, which measures the strength of the US dollar. So if we should get something like this, then you can expect the price of gold to, you know, experience more decline. So when the dollar is strong, it affects the gold commodity negatively. So if we should get some sort of bullish continuation pattern on the DXY, giving us an indication that the dollar is going to, you know, keep getting stronger, then I would expect, you know, some bearish move on gold, okay? And most of the major currency pair having the US dollar as the quote currency. So this is what I'm going to watch out for gold. So if we should get some sort of pattern like this, giving us some really nice resistance level, then I'm going to go long according to what we have on the chart. So if we also get the pattern creating some sort of resistance level, then I'm going to go short with low risk, because this is some really significant area of support on the weekly time frame. So I'm going to go back to the weekly time frame so we can take a closer look at, you know, the levels at which we'll be, you know, playing with. So I'm going to get rid of this. Yeah, excuse me. So this is gold chart, weekly time frame. So as you can see, this is clearly a solid, you know, area of support. So we should bounce off this area of support nicely, giving us that resistance pattern I indicated on the lower time frame. Then it could be a good opportunity to go long, because bouncing off the weekly time frame, getting a bullish pattern, going long would just be a nice call to make. But without having a bullish continuation pattern, I'm just going to watch out for a bearish continuation pattern, because on the weekly time frame you can see that we've got this strong bearish move. So we got a top here, so a double top, and we got this slow grind up here. So bearish move, a consolidation, bearish move, some sort of consolidation right now. So if we should break through this support level on the weekly time frame, then I would consider going short heavily on gold, okay? So for a move like this, I'm going to watch out for something like this. So a break of this, you know, weekly support level, probably a retest and a consolidation, then before going short. So this, you know, playing the gold chart for a long term, okay? So this is going to be some sort of long term play here on the weekly time frame. So if this happens, excuse me, so if this happens, I'm going to get rid of this. So if this happens, we are going to target lower levels as at this, you know, from these levels. So if you should take, you know, a range, price range, so this will give you approximately 1,800 pips. So this is going to be some really nice trade if we actually break through this, you know, weekly support level. So that's it for gold. My overview on both the lower time frame and the, you know, the higher time frames. So going back down to the 2-hour time frame, so just a quick recap, okay? So I'm going to wait for some sort of consolidation to help me go short or go long. So this is the 2-hour time frame. So in order for me to go long, I'm going to wait for some sort of consolidation like this to signify that we are gonna go up before I actually, you know, open a long position on gold. And while for a short position, I'm going to probably wait for the same pattern and a break through this weekly support level in order for me to go short, targeting lower target. So that's it for gold. Moving on, we're going to talk about GBP USD. So another interesting chart, still in a bearish trend. So we had this consolidation here last week, and I told you we could go short if, you know, we get a clean breakout, and we did get that breakout. So this is the 4-hour chart. So just to zoom out so you can see where we are coming from and where we are heading. So this is a channel. So we had this bearish consolidation within this channel, and now we are currently at the bottom of the channel as we indicated in our weekly analysis last week. So this is exactly what we expected, and price actually played out according to what we expected, okay? So that's it for GBP USD. So just a quick recap from what we did last week. So we had this consolidation here after a break from that area of value. So I'm going to mark this out on the chart. So we had some sort of, triangle. Okay, so we have some sort of triangle, and we said if we should break out from this level, we're going to take a sell trade targeting the bottom of the channel, and we did exactly that. So this is the consolidation following the breakout from this area of value, as you can see on my screen here. So what I'm going to watch out for GBP USD, I would expect some sort of pause at this level. Okay, so I'm going to wait for some kind of bullish continuation pattern indicating that we're going to go higher, maybe back to the top of this channel before going long. Okay, but I'm not going to act based on my gut feeling or based on assumptions. So I'm going to wait to see what the market does, and I'm going to trade accordingly. Okay, so now there are two things that could happen here for GBP USD, and I'm just going to be patient to see what actually plays out. So I believe we're going to get some sort of consolidation. So it's going to be some sort of consolidation like this. Then we're just going to wait for where we are going to get the breakout. So we might get a bullish breakout indicating that we're going higher, or we might get a bearish breakout indicating that we're going lower. So this is what I'm going to watch out for in order to actually take any trade on GBP USD. So I'm not just going to take a bounce off this lower channel, because we could simply just break through this channel and keep going down, because the dollar is currently bullish. Okay, the dollar is strong, and for the GBP USD currency pair, we have the dollar as a quote currency. So it's logical to expect that if we get some really bullish move for the dollar, then GBP USD is going to sink even lower. So I'm going to wait for a consolidation. So consolidation, as I've explained earlier, it helps me get the perfect entries with great risk to reward ratio. So I'm not just going to go in on a long here. So if I should go in on a long here, then I'm just going to have to take a guess at where I'm going to put my stop loss, which is not the way I trade. Okay, so I'm going to wait for a consolidation. So if we get a bullish breakout from the consolidation, so something like this, then I'm going to go long. And if we get a bearish breakout from the consolidation, then I'm going to go short. So that's how I'm going to trade GBP USD. And something very important to also take note of is if you go to the daily time frame, we are currently so low that we've had some sort of slight support level here. Okay, so this is a support level I'll be watching out for. So we are currently close to these levels. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit so we can see. So we are close to these levels. So if we are going to be going short, you should be careful, not to go short at this support level, because I don't think we're going to just break through these lows immediately. Okay, so I think when we get to these lows, so this low dates back to 20th of May 2020. So if we do tap into this level, I think we would see some sort of bounce. So that's where I'm going to wait for that bullish pattern, or a consolidation and a bullish breakout for me to actually go long with a bounce off this weekly support level. So if we should take out the weekly support level, then we're going to go to the monthly time frame. So I'm going to show you something really interesting right now. So the reason why I said I don't think we're going to break through this level that easily is because if we should take out this level, then we are going to be targeting these lows here dating back to 1985. So this is just crazy for GBP USD. Okay, so this is just crazy, and it's actually going to get us closer to parity between the pounds and US dollar, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. So I think we're going to see some sort of bounce here, but for me to trade this bounce, I'm going to wait for price to actually get into this level, get us some consolidation, and then a bullish breakout from that consolidation for me to go long, or a bearish breakout from that consolidation for me to go short, targeting these lower levels. Okay, so that's how I'm going to trade GBP USD, and these are important levels to watch out for. So on the monthly time frame, we'll be targeting this level. We should take out this low, and on the daily time frame, I will be watching out this low and actually being so careful not to open a sell trade when we actually might be bouncing off these lows. So that's how I'm going to trade GBP USD. Moving on, I'm going to check out EUR USD real quick. Same thing. We've had this massive grinds downward on EUR USD. Okay, so this is 6 hours time frame, bearish trend. There's nothing to be shy about what we can see on the chart. It's clear as day. This is a bearish trend, and it seems we're having a bearish continuation pattern right now. Okay, so I'm just going to mark out some really important levels. So I'm going to use this horizontal tool. Okay, so we had this important area of value. So we had a breakout consolidation and that moved down. So we had this area of value as well. So you can see this is just a bearish market structure, and each opportunity you get to go short, you take it. So that's what we're currently having on the 2 hours time frame. So I'm going to go down to 2 hours time frame. So we had this massive breakout from this support level, and now we are currently having this consolidation. So I'm going to wait for something like this. So I'm going to wait for a breakout from this level before going short on Euro USD. Okay, so this is what I'm going to consider before going short on Euro USD. So something like this. So a breakout from this level, a consolidation either below or above before going short. So this is what I'm going to watch out for before going short on Euro USD. Okay, so it could be something like this. It could be on top this support level, then a breakout before going short on Euro USD. So the reason why I wait for this is because it gives me a better risk to reward ratio and helps me target my stop loss. So if we should get something like this, my stop loss is just going to be above this consolidation. Okay, so if I'm to go on a short right now, my stop loss would have to be above this level, which would not be a great risk to reward ratio. So that's why I wait for those consolidation, a breakout, then I go short. So another reason or another logical opportunity for me to go short would be waiting for something like this. Okay, I don't do this often, but in this case I think I'm going to do that. So if we should get something like this, so excuse me, so if we should get a bounce of this support level into this area of value, then I'm going to look for an opportunity to go short. The reason is because we've done that in the past and it worked pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I mean by that right now. So you see we had this area of value. Okay, so we had it's at a support level here, so a good bounce, another good bounce, then good breakout. Then we had this huge consolidation and we tapped into this area of value and then we went down. So if we should do something like that again, so similar. Okay, so if we should get I'm going to mark out this level as an area. So if we should get this consolidation, having a bullish move up into this area of value, then I'm going to open a short position targeting lower end of this this consolidation. So this I'm going to play Euro USD. So I'm going to wait for us to get to this level, take a short, maybe through a bearish engulfing candle or some other sort of reversal pattern, or I might use the Fibonacci retracement. So I'm just going to pull up the Fib tool now to see what level that's going to be. So moving to this level, okay, so you can see this area is actually between the 38% level and the 50% level. So if you come into this area of value, I'm going to take a short position and my stop loss is going to be just above the 50% Fib level, okay, before I go short. So you can also adjust this area of value to get the most touches. So if you should do that, then you will get something like this, which also corresponds, which is also a valuable area of value. Okay, so price coming into the 50% Fibonacci retracement level is going to give me an opportunity to open a short position to target lower prices. Okay, and my stop loss is going to be just above the 61% level, or above this bearish trend line. Okay, the resistance level of this trend. So that's how I'm going to trade Euro USD. Alternatively, if we don't go higher, I'm just going to wait for a consolidation down here. So I'm going to wait for something like this, a consolidation down here, then a bearish breakout before I go short on Euro USD. So this is how I trade. It gives me a better risk to reward ratio, and helps me place my stop loss at strategic positions. So this is it for Euro USD. Moving on, I'm going to talk about AUD USD now. So AUD USD is still another interesting chart. All these charts are bearish. Why? Because they are major currencies having the US dollar as the quote currency. So if the DXY, as I indicated earlier, continues to be bullish, then we should expect these major currencies to become bearish. Okay, so that's why so far the analysis has been bearish all the way. So moving on, so AUD USD, another good trade opportunity here. So we had this breakout from this area of value, but we didn't go short because we had a gap to be filled. So during last week we opened with a gap, so there was no way we would have gone short here. I believe you all know what gap means. Okay, so maybe in our next video I'm going to shed more light on gaps, but for now I'm just going to explain what I'm watching out for AUD USD. So we had this fake out. I believe we had a reversal because we had to close this gap, and we had some sort of slight consolidation. So I'm going to go down to the 2 hours time frame. So this consolidation here and this breakout would have been a good position to open a short position, so a good price to open a short position. So I'm just going to take out the price range too. So going short here just below this support level would have been 60 pips. Stop loss would have been at this level 70 pips. So I believe we're going to go down more. So this is just a slight setback because market closes during the weekend. So on Monday we're going to see where the market takes us. So after this huge or this slight movement downward, we had this retest. So we had price going back into this area of value. So I'm going to adjust this right now because this is where we had our breakout. So this is our current area of value. Okay, so a breakout, we had this retest. So if we should continue this consolidation, maybe something like this, then this will be a good opportunity to go short. So this is what I'm going to watch out for in order for me to go short on AUD USD. Okay, so if we should get something like this, I'm going to go short. So this bearish continuation pattern, it doesn't have to be any specific type of pattern. Okay, it could be a descending triangle, it could be a symmetrical triangle, it could be a bearish flag. So it could be anything. It could not have a name. So it could just be a random consolidation. But you know what consolidation means? Consolidations are simply an area of struggle between the bulls and the bears after a significant move. So after a significant bearish move, you get this pause for the bears and the bulls to decide where the price will be headed next. So after that consolidation, wherever you get a breakout is the decision the market has made, or the decision, the direction the market has made to move towards it. Okay, so that's why I wait for that consolidation. So I wait for the bulls and the bears to decide. So that's why we're going to see moves like this. Then if the bears win the decision, then you're going to see a bearish breakout, and that's where I'm going to get into the trade, because it only means we are going lower. That's because you can see the market structure from this top here. It's clearly a bearish trend. So we had a swing high, a lower swing high, a lower high, lower high, another lower high here. So this is what I'm going to watch out for to go short for AUD USD. Okay, so another thing to understand is that you can't be bearish on GBP USD, bearish on EUR USD, and be bullish on AUD USD. Okay, because right now the dollar is the major mover in the market. So you have to trade in line with fundamentals and in line with what's being the major mover of the market. Okay, so yes, some currency pairs, maybe GBP USD might move faster than the AUD USD or the EUR USD, but ultimately they all move in the same direction because the dollar is the major driver of the forex market at the moment. Now I'm going to show you an example. So you see going on this GBP USD. So just to explain what I mean by some pairs might move faster than others. Okay, so on Friday, or let's say last week, so this is the move GBP USD made. Okay, so we had this breakout and we had this massive move down for GBP USD. But looking at EUR USD is consolidating. Okay, so now they are both major currency pairs having the US dollar as the quote currency. That doesn't mean they have to move in the same direction all the time, but overall you can see that the overall direction is still a bearish trend. But for last week, GBP USD made more bearish decline compared to EUR USD that had a slight ranging market, a slight consolidation deciding on the direction to it. So I think there's a logical reason to believe that we would eventually break through this level going downward if the dollar continues to be strong, and there's a good chance GBP USD will continue to decline. So if the dollar starts to weaken in value, then you can expect GBP USD to increase in value if the value of the of GBP remains the same or remains relatively weak or strong. Sorry. So that's it for how this the US dollar affects these major currencies. So this is it for AUD USD. So I'm going to wait for a consolidation here and a breakout before going short. So even if we break above this area of value, I'm not going to go long. So I'm only going to consider going long if I'm patient enough to wait for us to maybe make a reversal, break above this level, consolidate above a little, then a bullish breakout is what I'm going to consider before going long AUD USD. Okay, so a break above this area and a consolidation and another bullish breakout from that consolidation is what I'm going to watch out for in order to go long for AUD USD. Why? Because we would have set a higher high above this high, which indicates there might be a potential change in trend. So for now, I'm just going to focus on what we have here, which is a bearish trend. So I'm going to get rid of this now. So I'm going to wait for this consolidation, a break of that consolidation before going short, and my stop loss is going to be above this area of value, targeting lower levels. So I'm going to target levels like this. So I'm going to target these levels first, take up some profits. Then if we continue to go lower, I'm just going to trail the rest of my positions. So moving on, USD-JPY, another interesting chart. This is a 6 hours chart. As you can see, we've been in a massive bullish trend for USD-JPY. So I'm just going to zoom out a little so you can see what I'm talking about. So USD-JPY, massive bullish trend. So moving down to the 4-hour time frame, so I can show you what happened last week. So from our last weekly analysis, I talked about opening a buy trade immediately the market opens. So that was last week, and we were around. So I'm going to go down to 2 hours time frame, so this is clearly visible. Okay, so we were around here when the market opens. Okay, and I told you I was going to go long because we had, you know, this consolidation here. We had another consolidation making this place a valuable area of value, and we had this bullish run, and we had this symmetrical triangle with a bullish breakout indicating that we are going higher. So I actually opened a trade, and I told you I was going to target this top to take out some profits and ride the others. So we did exactly what I expected. If you didn't watch that video, go back, watch our video from last week. You are going to see everything I just talked about right now and how we anticipated the moves on USD-JPY. So we had this massive red and we had this consolidation. So the reason why I suspected we would have had this consolidation was because this is actually an area of value on the highs. Okay, so this is the swing high and this is another high. So between this space was, you know, the area of value. I expected us to, you know, see some slight, you know, pause. So we had this consolidation here, another breakout, a retest, and another move. So clearly it seems we would be going higher for USD-JPY. Now the reason is because the US dollar is the base currency in this currency pair. So when the dollar continues to get stronger, it moves the USD-Japanese yen currency pair in the upward direction. Okay, so in order for me to go long, I'm just going to wait for a really nice consolidation here, okay, before I consider going long on USD-JPY. So other than that, I'm not going to go short. This looks really bullish, and this movement seems choppy. So I think the bulls might be, you know, running out of steam to, you know, take this price higher. So maybe the Japanese yen might get stronger to, you know, push to take down this price. But if the US dollar continues to be strong, then I'm just going to play along with what I have on the chart. So something else I'm going to watch out for is this channel. So I'm going to watch out for this channel. So something like this. Yeah, so something like this. So if we, you know, get to the top of this channel, I would expect some sort of reversal. But if we should get a consolidation like this, then this will give me an opportunity to open a, you know, long position to target the top of the channel. So something like this. So if we should get a consolidation like this and a breakout, then I'm going to go long and target the high of this channel. So that's it for USD-JPY. I'm not going to go short. I don't see any reason to go short at the moment until there's an indication from the DXY that the dollar is getting weaker. So moving on, I'm going to talk about crude oil. So this is another interesting chart. So this is crude oil, massive bearish trend still. You know, there's, you know, some sort of energy crisis going on around the world right now. But this is the US oil, okay? So this tells us the price of the crude oil in the United States, okay, which is actually the basics for, you know, the price of crude oil all over the world. So what I'll be watching out for, nothing really complicated here, is just a break of this support level. Okay, so we are currently at a support level, an area of value, of course. So I'm going to put this here, and we have this. So this is an area of value. Okay, so this is a 2 hours chart. So this is what I'll be watching out for crude oil. Okay, so if we should get some sort of, you know, consolidation here, so same principle, a consolidation around this level and a breakout from that consolidation, this is what I'm going to watch out for before going short for crude oil. So I have no intentions of going long right now until there's a clear indicator or a clear pattern for me to go long. So let's say, okay, same principle as I, you know, talked about on the gold chart. Okay, so this is a solid area of value, okay, solid support level. So if we get this consolidation and it forms a really good, you know, resistance level, then I'm going to consider going long at the break of that resistance. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this and draw this properly. So if we should get some sort of consolidation like this within this range and it forms a really good resistance level, then I'm going to consider going long at the break of that resistance level. Okay, other than that, I'm just going to wait for a break of the support level after the consolidation for me to go short, because we are still in a bearish trend. So there is a likelihood of not getting a fake out on a bearish breakout compared to having a fake out on a bullish breakout. So I'm going to show you what I mean right now. So you can see, if you check out this chart, you can see you could actually pick out this level as a good area of value. So let's say, yeah, so you could pick out this level as a good area of value, but you can see this is actually a fake out. So if you had gone long here waiting for us to go higher or targeting this level, you would have been dealt with by the market. This is one of the reasons, because we are in a bearish trend, so there is every possibility for a bearish reversal. Okay, so you are more likely to fall prey to fake outs when you are trying to go long in a bearish trend than when you are trying to go short in a bearish trend. So the market is geared towards your favor when you play along with the trend. So that's why I'm going to wait for this consolidation, and my most likely scenario is waiting for a bearish breakout of that consolidation for me to go short on crude oil. Other than that, I might not be going long on crude oil, except we get a really nice resistance level during the consolidation before I consider going long. And I'm going to try as much as possible to make sure the risk to reward ratio is worth it before considering going long. So that's it for crude oil. Lastly, I want to talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is something we've been following up with for a very long time now. So as I've said, bearish trend, a bearish continuation pattern. So kind of like a bearish flag, a breakout. We had a nice bearish move. We had another bearish flag, so a bearish continuation pattern, a breakout, another move, and now we've had another bearish flag, a breakout. So there's possibly going to be another bearish move taking us even to lower prices, okay, breaking these lows. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame so we can take a closer look at what's going on down here. So on the 2 hours chart for Bitcoin, so we can see after this breakout, we can see some sort of consolidation here. So right now, I think the market is trying to decide where we are headed next. Okay, and I think we are likely going to break through these levels because the dollar is strong at the moment. So the dollar is the major driver right now in the market. So there's no reason to think the cryptocurrency market is going to go on a wide bull run right now. Okay, so right now we're playing this range for Bitcoin. So I think there is a strong possibility that we might break this level. So in order for me to go short, I'm just going to wait for maybe some more consolidation and a break of this level. I'm going to go short for Bitcoin, and my stop loss is just going to be above the consolidation we make before the breakout. So that's what I'm going to watch out for. So it's more logical to go for a short position on a bearish breakout than to go for a long position if we break through this level, because we would be trading according to the trend. So that's my quick outlook for Bitcoin. If you want to go long for Bitcoin, then this is something you should watch out for. Okay, so you should watch out for something like this: a breakout, a retest, some sort of slight consolidation, and then another breakout before you consider going long for Bitcoin. But in my opinion, I don't think I will be doing this. So something like this is what you should watch out for to go long for Bitcoin. But in my opinion, I think I'll just play along with the trend. Even if we get a fake out, it happens. Okay, so while you are trading, you could get everything right and still lose the trade. It happens. So in the market, nothing's 100% certain, but you just have to make sure you do your best to go along with the rules and trade with whatever the market gives you, and don't make assumptions. So that's it for this week's analysis. I hope this helps you, shape up your trading week as we move forward to the new week tomorrow. Please, if you have questions, guys, leave your questions in the comment section. I'm going to try as much as possible to respond as fast as I can. Subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, leave comments, share with your friends, and check us out on Instagram. We've got lots of great content over there. So guys, that's it. See you next week.